We make the streams louder.
What's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back. We're actually outside today. We're finally putting the engine back together. Got a little protein shake with me. Weather's finally starting to get nice, so I'll try to get a little bit in shape. A little ghetto setup, but the sun's pretty baking today, so yeah, I'm trying to stay out of that. We got the block finally all on the stand. It's all good to go. Here's a better look. So yeah, let's get started putting this thing together. Here you guys can see I already got the oil pump put on. It's pretty simple. You know, you're just gonna tighten these bolts up right here. Put this on first with the chain. All right, so then if you are using like a oil baffle like I am right now, instead of when you put the girdle down, instead of using bolts, you're gonna use these studs, as you can see. So you're gonna put the girdle down first, put the studs, and then put these little spacers, and then put the baffle over it, and then you're just gonna use nuts all around it. But so far the bottom end is pretty much done. The only other thing is, I don't know if you guys notice, is I don't have a guide right here. The reason I'm not putting the guide in right now is because I'm using like one of those I think this is a HPT lower chain guide, which is going to actually help go over the actual timing chain, not the oil pump chain. So when we get to the actual timing chain, when the head is on, that's when I'm going to add this guide in with the oil pump guide and then the guide over it. You'll see what I'm talking about after, when we get to it. We got the head studs on. Those are all hand tight, as you guys saw. Now we're ready to throw the head gasket. We're using a Cometic head gasket. It's 88 mil, so we're gonna throw that on, make sure that's all good, and then we're ready to put the head on. One thing to definitely keep in mind, make sure you have your dowel pins in on both sides. So you're gonna have one in the front of the engine and then one in the back of the engine. You definitely need those. I always start with them on the block. You can keep them on the head, I guess, if you want, but I prefer to have them on the block so we can line the head up easier. Don't forget them. I think there should be a rule when you're working on a JDM engine or anything JDM. You have to eat JDM food. Sushi, Chinese. China Garden knows what they're doing. That's for sure. I mean, why isn't this a rule? It's a great idea. I think I'm gonna start that trend. I'm working on anything JDM. Gotta have JDM food. I'm not a sushi guy, because Chinese will do. Yeah. I mean, I feel great. It's beautiful outside. Eating good food, building an engine. If I see anybody else doing it, I know they copied me. So when I was telling you guys about the lower chain guide issues, this is what I'm talking about. So this is the original guide that goes on the bottom, but I have this other guide right here which is supposed to help prevent like chains jumping. So what I'm gonna do is put this first, and then this other guide is kind of gonna just go right over it, so they go together as one piece. So we're gonna put that on the bottom of the engine, make sure the bottom of the engine is top dead. Well, the marks are lined up, and then we'll work our way up. You're looking for top dead on the bottom of the engine. You're going to want to get the gold link and line it up with this little dot right here. I don't know if you guys can see it on the cam, that little dot. So this link is going to line up right there on the dot. Hold it. We're going to put our guides on, and then we don't have to worry about this chain falling down when we're trying to time it. So here's what it looks like when everything's all timed up on the bottom end, at least, so we don't have to worry about this lower chain guide moving, or the lower chain moving at all. So now what we're going to do is work our way up to the top. After you time your engine up, this is pretty much what it should look like. You have your two horizontal lines facing each other. You have one dot in between both gold links on both sides. So you got one there, you got that there. And then on the crank, you're going to line up these two arrows. So you can see the arrow on the block back here. And then you're going to see a little arrow. Let's see if we can get a little better. Right here on this little gear on the bottom. Make sure those are lined up. And the engine should be on time. So you can just pull your pin, make sure, like I showed you in the last video. I'll leave links in the description on basically these videos, because I know I skipped through most of this. You just want to get the extra slack out of this tensioner. So just get yourself like a big flathead or any kind of thing you could just jam in between here and just pry it. So there's one. You usually get two. I'm probably not using a big enough screwdriver. Yep, there's the second one. That's it. So now your tensioner is has full tension actually. Alright guys, so I just kind of skipped ahead, you know, pretty much bind up the whole engine. Like I said, I already made videos of most of this, so I will leave links in the description on how to, you know, throw the head on and everything. The water housing, that's pretty straightforward how to put on. You just put a little bead of RTV on it, bolt it down, you know, throw an alternator on. We tightened up our crank pulley, put the water pump, the tensioner, the idler. We put the front case on. I spun the engine over about, I don't know, 20 to 30 times just because I'm so nervous with these pistons with that dome on them, but nothing's locking up, everything works, so we're all good. We got the back of the engine put together, the oil cooler, the oil pressure sender, you know, and other nipples, so we're all good. Pretty much all that's left on this is to do a valve adjustment, and it should be all buttoned up. We'll finish everything else up when we throw it in the car. I think we're gonna end this video here. I'm basically just gonna start cleaning all the tools up. It's getting late, you know, don't want to have to clean everything up in the dark, but we pretty much covered most of how to put this whole engine together. If you have any questions that I didn't answer putting this together, leave them in the comments. I'm just gonna leave it here, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, stay motivated, keep making these streets ladder, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.